Greetings and salutations, friends, and let's just jump straight in and start taking a quick look at things. Alright, so I've added some lighting along this section of the path. Where did that rock come from? I've widened out the square here, so it's all the same height. I realized that it was a little bit wibbly-wobbly. Let's add a little bit more fun into this corner here. There we go, we'll just chuck this tree down. That'll work quite nicely. Okay. So this little area here, I think I'm going to leave this alone. We need to work on this. I did a little bit of terraforming. Just to kind of make the idea that there was a river channel or another channel coming down from that lake at the top. Because I want to do a sort... Why is this caved in? I want to do sort of a water feature behind the platform, or the station, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Alright, so let's just dig this back a little bit. Oh, you know what? It filled in when I did the terraforming over the top. I'm a little off kilter this morning. This video was recorded a few days ago, and there has since been a storm. Apparently Milton wanted his stapler back. So I spent the last 2 days dealing with that. So I have to remember what the hell I was doing. Alright, so yeah, no, I wanted to do this water feature. So the first thing I want to do is try and get water running down here from the top. Which, running water is a challenge. And you know what? It's only now that I'm thinking what I could have done was taking the channel from the river rapids or the other water ride and just buried the channel there. Drop the station down, use the ride editor to bring the channel down through there, and then backfill to cover up the edges of the channel and just leave it. Then there would be a running water down there, and it would look pretty good. But then I'd just be bombarded by notifications saying that the station is unfinished, or the ride is unfinished. Sorry. So I was like, okay, well, we'll have a look and try something else. So I came up with the idea of using these bubbly lines here, and then we can we can add some decoration to cover them up. And just kind of make it look like a little stream. It's there, but it's not really doing anything. We'll put in some more of these rocks just to give it some character. Bring it down here. It doesn't look great, but it does the job. It's for this. It's to give the idea that the water's coming down here, and this is really what I was aiming to do: is get a kind of a waterfall kind of thing going here. Now I do know that there is a waterfall tool in this now, but it's not great. It's not great, but I do like these ones. They give you that nice rushy, gushy kind of feel. So, alright, so let's go get some rocks just to cover up our sins here, and give it a little bit of character around the gully there. There we go. So that looks like that's been eroded over time, which kind of works. And we'll just get some greenery just to make it look like it's a little bit alive through here. Get some of that in there. We'll get some bushes as well, I think. There we go. Actually, we'll just flush out along here a little bit. This is going to take some time to get all the decoration and all the theming around this. I keep using the word theming, but I don't think that's quite right, because there isn't a specific theme that we're going for with this ride. It's just stuff to look at, right? If you look at some popular water rides in bigger parks, few of them have specific theming. Now, I'm not saying that all of them. There are some that do, like the Jurassic Park ride in Universal Studios. That's an Armada type ride, not a River Rapids. But that has some serious theming. You know. But River Rapids, generally, I've not seen them with a great deal of theme. They have the idea of themes, but usually it's like static scenery or maybe one or two little moving things here or there. These really seem more like rides that they put down as a sort of a fire and forget kind of deal. A lot of the time and energy and maintenance is spent dealing with the water pumps, I think. Speaking of water pumps, I should probably add one in. Not a bad idea. This looks like a good spot right here. Let's make ourselves a little building here and pretend that there's a water pump hidden inside it. I think that's a pretty cool idea. Alright, so I'll get that on there. We're going to need access for our people to get in there and do maintenance or kick the pump when it stops working. Alright, so now I get the door going. Now we need the intake valves. And this seems like a good job for these guys. Not the best, but they'll do. Just get them in underwater. I think 2 of them would be a good idea, actually. I need a filter. I need something on the bottom of this pipe that makes it look like we're trying not to suck fish into the pumps. And I actually find that this thing here, this peanut butter cup in the candy section, actually does really well. It does actually look like a real expected to find type filter. It's amazing what you can find when you're just looking for a shape instead of something specific. Alright, so we've got to get stairs over there. Okay, so those are too long and these ones are too short. I'm guessing I'm going to have to fiddle this a little bit here. We'll open this up. Let's put a fence on there in case one of our employees gets depressed and decides to try and throw themselves into the river. We'll put this on here like this. There we go. Excellent. I think that looks rather okay. And we're going to move on. Right. Let's start dropping down places to eat and drink and be merry. Okay. So, what do we want? We want absolutely what we want: a chief beef in here like this. There we go. Some food, some drink, some milkshakes, some fries. Hot dogs, definitely need some hot dogs, some beverages, there we go. Let's put this over here. So we've got all this. Oh, you know what? A toilet's probably a good idea. And a break room for the employees. That's probably not going to be a terrible idea either. Now let's hook the path up. Oh god, how am I going to get this over here without it screwing up like that? Okay. There we are. Brilliant. Well, that was easy. What else have we got? I was thinking about maybe a memento shop or a balloon shop or something, but I don't think this is the place for it. Right, let's see if we can't get like a Bavarian kind of feel for this this Monsieur Frites. Yeah, I did not realize how limited the Bavarian shapes actually were. So, without actually doing any research, I go ahead and I start working on this building here. And I know that we can recolor some of the other construction materials, and that works rather well. So it's time to start framing, creating our own sidings, and trying to figure this out. There are no blank wall pieces that we can put there. There's wood framing that came with the base pack. I think it's in the fantasy section. There they are, those things. But they don't really work. They're too chunky. They've been on the donuts. So that's not going to work. Alright. So I actually spent quite a lot of time trying to figure this one out, because this is a toughie. Trying to find things that are about the right size to try and copy that framing. And I think I eventually just say, screw it. Alright, let's just carry on and we'll come back to that in a minute. And then of course, without thinking about it, I got to do the roof challenge once again. All right, and then of course I've got a flat bit on the roof, which that's great. Now, all right, let's put a little through alleyway type thing here, so people can come in from there, and then they can buy their food. And I'll put a little, like place here with some seating for them to go and munch upon their delicious fries. But of course, connecting it through this doorway here is a problem, because the path is one size, the doorway is another. I was like, oh man. Alright, well, we'll just carry on and see what we can get. Thankfully, the pathway didn't give me too much of a problem there. It did hook up to the main square with that little pathway there, and that worked out. So we'll get some benches down. What canopy to use? I think we're just going to go with a regular canopy, to be honest. There we go. Now what? Some bins for them to throw their trash in, so they don't just leave it on the bench like animals. And then let's move on to this. So we've got chief beef, and I want to go with like a modern-ish brick house, I guess a terraced. There you go. Terraced house kind of feel here. But I'm having real difficulty envisioning those houses that you see, I guess, in New York, where they have the stairs that go up to the door. And so I start playing around and working on this, and it wasn't until after the stream that I realized that I'm doing this backwards. The foyer would stick out, and the main building bit would be recessed slightly. But I carry on. I'm like, in my brain, something just doesn't feel quite right here, and I can't quite put my finger on it. And I'm like, ooh, that looks pretty good. No. All right, well, I'm trying to do something around the door to make it look a little more interesting. And that comes out quite well, until I come back and redo the whole thing. And then it doesn't work out well, because I have recessed the wall, the door sticking out, and now that cornicing sticks out too far. Alright, and then it's back to the challenge of the roof. I'm like, something's not right here. This needs to be taller. Okay, alright. So we'll just... And again, don't give up on something until you're close to the end. Right, just keep hammering away at it, because as you continue to develop and add detail, you'll come up with new ideas that may or may not work. So, yeah. Alright, so I'm like, now I've got this flappy head. It just doesn't look quite right. And it's at this point, I'm like, you know what? I am going to walk away and think about this. And then we will come back on the next episode and fix it. So that's it for today. I'm going to go do some more cleanup from the storm. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, morning, evening, night, whatever it happens to be. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Have a good one. Bye.